Alright. What's up, everybody, and welcome back. It's the Wardy Mondays comp, played on the balance mod on the EU server, so there's no lag. And it's MAXPAX in the top left side of the map. Wardy is still using the old maps, guys. Think about how trapped in the past this guy is. Playing ads on his stream in between the games and not letting them autoplay. Running tournaments on a previous map pool that massively favors Terran and everyone's sick of. Disgusting. No, to be fair, I actually like the variants that we do have. Some tournaments running on the old map pool, some on the new. Roddy today was actually running Basilisk Big Brain bouts on super old maps. Like, I saw Data C, I saw Lost and Found from 2018. So, kind of cool to see, like, you know, let's not just test the balance changes. Let's also just see what different maps look like as well. So, it's kind of nice to see some of the different maps in action as MAXPAX blocks the expansion and Clem does pop that command center down. And that's also good because if we think about it, like, hey, balance changes are meant to change things. And if we do it at the same time as maps that maybe favor Protoss more, like we've talked about 4-gate Blink being a lot better, Terran has to build their wall off like way over here, equivalent-wise, to stop the 4-gate Blink, which doesn't look like he's going to bother doing here on Oceanborn. And, we want to see, you know, do the balance changes make a difference on the current map pool as well. Guys, what are we looking at? I love these little guys. They wiggle when you've got vision of them. I guess they're like sea cucumbers, right? Because sea cucumbers kind of look like weird glowing paraphernalia. Look at me being PG-13 today. Only hinting at things. Reaper's going to dance around. Twilight Council is coming down. You could jump up and see that though, but he's not going to risk it. That's a good call. He can go back around and do that. Get your mind out of the gutter pig. They don't have gutters under the ocean in Era. People out there watching The Little Mermaid thinking it's reality. You think they have gutters? This is the ocean. It's not the gutter. It's the deep sea trough. I will get my mind out of the deep sea trough. Though to be fair, pigs do like eating out of troughs, so I'm only doing it for the pleasure of the audience in Twitch chat. Now, so far, MAXPAX and Clem have been trading series back and forth. We did have, I think it was the first day on the new patch, MAXPAX beat him twice, right? Clem wasn't having his best day, to be fair, but it did look really good in that regard for MAXPAX. Oh, good pullbacks for Clem. Good pullbacks for Clem. No way! Oh my god, is he going to keep it alive? He does. So what was that, 1 Reaper for 2 Adepts? Great trade. Oh, that was beautiful play by Clem. Really good in and out with the Hellions. He can repair those up now, and he's going to be going for the 4 Widow Mine drop to follow it up. However, he's up against a 3-gate Blink Robo. Pylon goes down. The fact that that Pylon went down means I think he's going to stay at 3-gate Blink. So I think MAXPAX looks to defend the pressure with 3-gate Blink, and then he's going to counterattack while taking a 3rd base. So not as greedy as a 2-gate, not as, of course, committed to the aggression as the 4-gate either. Really well done there, though. With his micro early on, Clem going to, of course, swap his buildings around. Factory's going to go and swap onto the tech lab, barracks onto the reactor. And the bunker goes down behind this, ready for any potential Blink counterattack as the 2nd barracks goes down. Of course, you get a Raven, a tank, a few more Marines, and he's already starting this extra wall off that he's been so keen on recently. I think realizing, ooh, probably should have set that wall up earlier. 4 Widow Mines coming in. We've seen this one do very big damage. Ooh, but MAXPAX clinical. Oh, is it though? Oh my gosh, I thought he was going to drag that into the units. Does lose a Stalker, but I think that's fine. Stalker, not too bad of a loss, as long as he handles this okay. Clem with a good unburrow there. Going to keep denying mining time. Stalkers will clean up that one, and they will go into the other base. Hellion denying the 3rd base attempt. Great play for Clem. I think this is enough damage for Clem. Even though he only killed 3 probes and a Stalker, it's only 3 Widow Mines and a Hellion that went down. And you've denied, I was going to say denied, but then I started saying delayed, so I said denied. He's denied the mining now for a good 30 seconds on both bases. Like, you know, I think that's absolutely worth it. The medevac's still alive, could potentially come back in a little bit later with the Widow Mine drop. And we've got a Raven now popping at home. Engineering Bay part of the wall. Look at this wall off that he's doing lately. Dude, Clem has been traumatized by 4-gate Blink. It's so funny. Last time players were this safe against 4-gate Blink was back in Gamers 8 last year in Riyadh. I remember talking to both Clem and Hero Marine at that event about how to defend 4-gate Blink because it was doing so well at that event. And they were saying you need 2 bunkers on the natural and you need lots of tanks in very conservative positions covering each other. You know, if your opponent 4-gate blinks, you gotta have multiple tanks covering. And of course, the latest addition we've seen is if they blink in, you want your tanks to already be in range. So they use their blink and they're already getting shot. Whereas the Protoss wants to blink in, run around a little bit while they're out of range, and then blink on top of the siege tank to kill it. But if you're shooting them while they're waiting for blink to cool down, they're already in big trouble. I actually heard a football announcer slip the K word on Sunday. I don't even know what the K word is. The C word. Yeah, okay. I know what that means. And that's not too crazy if you're in Australia. Obviously, you're not meant to say it on TV. But if that's an American football we're talking about, that's kind of extreme. That's crazy. Ooh, Widowmine drop does go down. What was that even doing there? Did he F2 that out? Who's winning, guys? Third Nexus almost done, but it's kind of late. Meanwhile, third command center hasn't even started for Terran. Medevacs haven't started either. It's going to be a while till Clem can push out, but when he does push out, he has 4 siege tanks. And I mean, he's got 3 barracks. I think it's tempting in his position, because since the third is so late, to just build a 4th and 5th barracks. Build a 4th on this tech lab, build another one, put it on this reactor, just go 2 base all in. But Clem, happy to play standard. Clem's usually very comfortable to follow the standard route. Like, very rarely when you're watching Clem do you feel like he's forced into an extreme build. It's more just that he will get so much done with his aggression when he needs to, with his multitasking, catching his opponent off guard. That's where he finds the extreme damage. Now, I love that MAXPAX has rotated the Prism. He knows there's a Viking out. He escaped earlier with that Prism, right? So now he's on the right side, ready to pull in, drop in the natural, and of course warp in the main base as well. He was saying the last name of a player and then something else at the same time, and they blended into that word. Ah, okay. So it was the same sort of thing in the football game. That's funny. Yeah, you're not meant to say custard in a piece of commentary, guys. I get in trouble when I say that when I'm at the big tournaments. Of course, my favorite one that I still have the clip of that I play on my stream is when I accidentally said, "Euthermal knows the secret to sex," and I was trying to say success. Yeah, I stumbled over it, paused awkwardly. Maynard just stopped completely silent and just was like, "What was that, pig?" Like, just being absolutely threw me under the bus, which I actually respect, because for the comedic value, it was worth it. Anyway, Marine Marauder and the Medevacs trying to start a step back there as well. I think we got one Zealot. That was Katowice, maybe 2020, maybe 2019? I think that was 2019 Katowice. It was a long time ago. Marine Marauder tank coming forward. Widowmine's there as well. Marauder's getting picked off. Dude, good control for MAXPAX. I'm surprised he didn't try to force field the ramp, though. Normally, a lot of players like to do that. He's got a Stalker being annoying. There is a Raven ready to drop auto turrets in the back. Feels like Clem's army is a bit too hard to deal with pure Zealot. Then again, there's not that many Marines in the force fields. Whoa, good force fields to start. But, dude, Clem's hot pickups are just unfair. This is the thing. When you trap Clem with force fields, it literally delays his attack by a few seconds. You get like 2 Marine kills out of that. That's so frustrating. Such good force fields, but doesn't get much value for it. Looks like the Prism, I think, may have got shut down as well. The Zealots are just kind of chilling here right now, not able to get through those Marines, Marauders, and SCVs. Did I just say battery overcharge, guys? Wait, are these guys... Is the Wardy Cup not playing the modern patch yet? Oh, I thought they'd upgraded to the modern patch. They're still playing the old patch. What? I thought they changed. Someone lied to me. Wow, that's great. Oh, they're not just playing the old maps. They're also playing the old balance. Chat says the Wardy Cup has a sponsor. What, the sponsor wants them to play old balance? Because of the sponsor? Or does the sponsor not like... Okay, so there's a Clem fan who pays for the money for the tournament. And so we just play this on the thing that's Terran favored. Cool. Okay. No worries. All right. Interesting. Sorry, guys. Being a bit salty. My bad. I really was very surprised with that. So, I mean, disruptors are going to have a smaller radius. They won't have the one-shot power, but I think after watching a lot of pro games, honestly, the disruptor radius was the biggest nerf that we ever let through for the disruptor and for Protoss. It's so big. Letting the disruptor radius go back up in the current patch is a game changer. It's a game changer, man. It's for points in a tournament. Oh, is it part of OSC or something, guys? Interesting. Okay, it's part of like a circuit, maybe OSC or something like that? Okay. Man, sometimes I think admins get a bit too strict with their rules. They're like, this is serious. If we change to a patch, it'll ruin the competitive integrity. I don't know, man. 3 probes do go down. I mean, I appreciate them hosting it and everything. Good on them. But, yeah, kind of weird. I guess I just didn't quite realize what we were seeing here. Anyways, so Stalkers take 30 seconds to build, not 27. Disruptors are going to have a smaller radius, but they're going to one-shot everything. Mothership's going to be not doing cool 4 attacks at once. Not a big deal for this matchup. Is still going to be the cheaper Mothership, so maybe better for this matchup because you can just get out for cheaper and go start recalling things. And, of course, both players deep experts in this version of the game. The current Disruptor is still strictly worse than the original Disruptor. 100%? Absolutely, chat. 100%? No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I wasn't saying it was better than it. I'm saying it's better than the most recent version with the lower radius. You're absolutely right that the original Disruptor that we had for many years was just because it was 3 supply, had the full radius, one-shot everything. So it was just a much better unit back before they started touching it. Overall, since then, it has been an overall nerf, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, Vikings catch the speed prism. 2 zealots unload. Stalkers, good dodge on the Widow Mines. CLEM has right now a good army supply, but a lot of that army's on the left side of the map. He's got to be really careful. Attacking into this is a dumb move. CLEM, your army's way smaller here. Okay, this is what we call small boy bullying, guys. CLEM has a clearly weaker army on this side of the map, but he realizes if he just runs at MAXPAX and waves his arms around and makes loud noises like a bear, MAXPAX's much more scary army could get afraid and run away, and it seemed to have worked out. MAXPAX rotates unnecessarily. He's going to get a base snipe over here. This is a good move for CLEM. MAXPAX is going to go for the base snipe. Widowmine lands on the Stalkers. SCVs are ready with the mass repair. Vikings take out a Colossus. Disruptor's getting dodged, even with a hot pickup at the last second. Disruptor takes a big boom boom on a bunch of those units, though. Bio coming in. Dark Templar are there. He needs to scan. CLEM, of course, notices immediately. Starts stepping. Dark Templar goes into the naturals. Going to start picking off SCVs as well. CLEM picking up these units, trying to save them. Out to the dead space. Stalkers don't quite catch it. The Colossus. Where are the Colossus guys? Looks like they recalled. They did not die. They did recall. Dark Templar on the front takes out a siege tank there as well. It's 12 Vikings, 14 Marauders, 18 Marines, 4 Ghosts, and 1 Raven up against Colossus, Stalker, Zealot army. Dark Templar does go down to the scanny scan. Observer sees the triple drop over there. Is there a Stargate? There's no Stargate. You have to build a Stargate. In this scenario, on this map, if you don't have a Stargate, range libs will checkmate you because they can hit this base and this base without getting hit in return. Not just that, but we've got full dropships just sitting in the dead space. MAXPAX patiently waiting with Stalkers. You know he's going to blink on it. And he says, thanks for the gift, mate. Silly Terran boy trying to go into my territory. You think I'm not watching? I literally have a unit that is specifically designed to watch from the shadows. Terran sometimes have unsavory predilections. Protoss are literally engineered to be the best at those unsavory predilections. If you're talking about weaponized voyeurism, you're talking about observers, you're talking about Protoss, and you're talking about Terran catching their drops out or getting their drops caught out by those. Now, check this out, guys. We've got the bio hanging out. Zealots, Stalkers coming forward. Medivacs there as well. Balls, 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 balls! Balls! Oh, a couple of Marines and Marauders do go down. Wow, a few more Marauders. It does feel good seeing those Marauders get one shot. MAXPAX snipes the command center. Dark Templar on the left. The landed Vikings are not enough. They will take out a lot of the DTs, but losing his 4th and 5th at the same time. A crucial strike. Right now, CLEM needs to get damage done, but he's getting overrun in the north. He just lost 2 of his most important bases. He is in big, big trouble. Liberators are coming out now. They've got +1 ship wins, but no advanced ballistics. The bio trying to avoid it. It's 2-2 against 3-2. The upgrades in MAXPAX's favor. Liberators going down that right side. They've been spotted, though. You know MAXPAX ain't going to let them in. He ain't letting them past. Even though there's no lib range, so it's not actually that scary, he's not going to let them in. Dark Templar coming in. CLEM has the army supply advantage. MAXPAX! MAXPAX! Oh, no! He's letting the army get through the middle of the map. This is a problem. The drop distracting him in the natural. The libs trying to get past in the north. One goes down. The entire army getting pinned. CLEM going up the middle. But then again, is it that scary? It's an army of landed Vikings. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. The Penguins are going to waddle forward. I don't know if they're going to get that much damage done. It's Vikings with a handful of Marauders and Ghosts. And Zealots coming in from the left. Disruptor from the right. Disruptor doesn't land on anything. Is it enough Zealot Stalker? CLEM's army is definitely a bit higher quality than just a handful of Zealot Stalker. Dark Templar running in on the bottom side. The Disruptors in the open. The Stalkers wisely blink back. More Disruptors coming in. Flanking Disruptor from the left side is not going to fire in time. And it goes down. CLEM with a ball of Terran savagery right up inside MAXPAX's personal space. MAXPAX right now, he's standing in a queue. And there is a Terran breathing down his neck. You know when you're at like the airport in a line at customs or something, and there's all these people, and they stand right behind you, and like they're brushing you the whole time. And if you don't move, like the second a space in front of you moves up, they start like pushing against you and breathing down your neck, and you're like, you know, we're all going to get to the front at the same time anyway. That's how MAXPAX feels right now. He's like, dude, I'm winning this game. Just give me some space and back off. But apparently Clem does not believe in personal space for Protoss, and wisely so. He does not have a fourth base. He needs to win soon. He cannot give MAXPAX room to breathe. He's got to get up in there and find the damage soon because his income is so much worse. It's one of my big pet peeves, man. Dude, I hate people who just feel like they have to like touch you when you're in a line together. I'm like, come on, man. Like, what is going on? Dude, good snipes. Good snipes. Clem finds the opening. Dude, I thought MAXPAX had it. He landed a ball, though. He landed a ball in the rear with the ball. I don't think that's what the SCV says, but if the Protoss had SCVs, that's what they'd say. Dude, I can't believe it. I think Clem's got it. Because he lifts his main base down to his fourth. He's like, lol, 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 mules. He gets rid of the bottom base. He's cleared so many, and MAXPAX just couldn't cover both sides. Clem microing his way out of trouble with the grit and determination of a micro god. A world champion who clicks faster than anybody else in the entire world. You know, we talk about Dark having this amazing comeback ability, being his special feature as a StarCraft player. Hero, crazy gambles, and ability to dive when no one else would have the wherewithal to choose to attack in such a dangerous moment. Serral, the best defensive, solid macro player of all time. And then you've got Clem. And it can't be summed up better than he clicks faster than anyone else. This man clicks faster, clicks better. If you put him in an FPS game, I guarantee you he'd be good at it because his mouse accuracy is just out of this world. Marines coming down to try and deal with those zealots. It's a big distraction. Medevac tries to go in the top side. It is very weak, as are the units that are inside. Bio, Ghost Army pulling back. MAXPAX still on 75 workers. If MAXPAX can get another base up, he will continue to have a good income. It's not over by any means. MAXPAX is remaxed. And whilst Clem had a few good moments, MAXPAX had too much income advantage for too long. He's gathered his forces, rebuilt his Colossus, and Clem does not have Vikings. No Vikings on the map against two Colossus, not where you want to be. Clem's going to try and flank this army right now with a small force of Bio, but the balls! The balls! Oh my god! My man did not realize he was starring in a Ben Stiller film today, but he is, and he is on the losing side. Standing in the face of the balls and watching them roll into your Bio Ghost. It's a bold move, Cotton, but it does end up not working out for Clem. Obviously, with no Vikings, you're in between a rock and a hard place. You don't really have a good option there. He's just behind an army, doesn't have an answer to the Colossus, kind of has to try to keep that base alive, but MAXPAX finally manages to win after multiple moves that almost decapitate Clem, and Clem fighting back very well. MAXPAX does get game one. All right, guys, sorry for getting the balance wrong in the introduction to this video, but hey, we've got MAXPAX now. Up one game against Clem. And you know what? It's kind of cool to have the contrast. As much as I was shocked that we aren't playing the balance, so apparently we do have clarification. Because this is part of the OSC circuit, points all lead into the OSC championship. They basically just want to have really consistent, clear rules for the integrity of that tournament. And it's a great tournament. You know why? It's actually one of the most important tournaments in the StarCraft scene, the OSC Championship. You guys should look it up, maybe check who the 2013 champion was. There's maybe a little bit of a personal reason I think it's such an important tournament, and it's maybe because I won it before it had as much competition in it. Back a long time ago when it was a bit more focused on the Oceanic and Southeast Asian scene. I've got a trophy on my trophy case behind me. One of the few physical trophies I have of my career as a StarCraft pro gamer. Big shout out to Eddie Deviant, as his name now is, who set up and originally hosted that whole league. I think he's still in the scenes there, behind the scenes, running it. I know he was getting into like poker for a while and actually winning a fair bit of money at local poker tournaments, which just seems to be a theme with StarCraft players, doesn't it? But just that, you know, that whole circuit, I'm not sure if he's running it now or he's passed it on to other people, but it's been a big mainstay of the StarCraft scene for a full decade now. So I think that was the first OSC championship that I won. That was a long time ago. That's funny. While we're in the early game, let's go down memory lane. I think I beat Solar? And was it Armani or someone? It was a few B-teamers. Solar wasn't good in 2013. I beat a few Korean players that were not good yet. It was basically a few B-teamers, a few of the best players in the Oceania, Southeast Asian region, maybe one or two good American or European players. I don't think it was, you know, compared to the modern OSCs that have pretty stacked brackets, it was a much easier bracket, but it's kind of funny because, like, I remember just playing and being like, who's this Solar guy? He's kind of a B-team guy. And then within like a few months, 6 months later or something, he was already so good. And a year or two later, he started winning championships. And I was like, okay, we're never going to beat him ever again. Anyway, let's talk about this one. A Reaper here, Adept coming forwards. Shouldn't be able to get any kills. I love the way MAXPAX so methodically pulls his probe so quickly. Whenever I try to pull the probe away, I always fumble. I always click the wrong probe and pull it back, or I have to pull like 4 or 5 probes to select it. But you can tell that MAXPAX, he's always just a bit more prepared to pull the probe. Like, you can tell he's already like pulling it the moment it gets shot. Like, he already knew which probe was going to get hit and he selected it. Now, 2 Reapers is a bit of an odd opening, guys. Of course, it's a delayed command center. This is a double gas. But with a Stalker there, going past that Stalker is a bit of a gamble. Sacrificing Reapers for the kills, hey? Does bounce the Stalker, though. Very nice grenade. The probes are going to be pulled to try and cut off the retreat, but he doesn't pull enough probes to trap. 2 probes. He's going to sacrifice the Reaper, is he? Oh, another one. Throws the grenade at his feet. Is he going to get a 4th? Oh, that's worth. 4 probes to 2 Reapers. I'll take that trade any day. And of course, the old Cyclone's coming forward. Medevac behind it as well. If he can grab himself an Adept or a Stalker, that would be massive. Now, as long as that Shade finishes, MAXPAX will be able to escape here without too much damage. Does go forwards across the map. Does he recall it, though? Or does he send it home elsewhere? Not being Korean is a skill difference. Yeah, it comes in baked into your starting stats. For sure. If you start Australian as your starting race in StarCraft, you start with a minus 200 milliseconds on every action that you commit, which does give you the effect. You get a rare bonus when you do travel to overseas lands of feeling like the game is actually doing things before you even click, and actually makes you play worse your first time as an Australian when you get to play with no lag, because you're so frigging surprised by it. You're like, what? Things are happening before I even click them. And you're like, it's not. You're just, your brain is so used to compensating that you're not quite used to it. Ooh, good micro on both sides, but there's not much support here. CLEM's got to get in there, dude. Widowmine drop, though. Okay, he's going to do the Widowmine drop. The Cyclone goes down on the other side, though. Big damage right now for MAXPAX. Perfect handling. Flawless handling. Dude, is MAXPAX taking CLEM to town? There's a tank and a Banshee building, but he's already done big damage. He doesn't want to get surrounded. He doesn't want to run behind and get trapped, which is why he's not diving back there. I actually think he could get away with it, but he's just going to send a single Stalker. He doesn't want to risk all of them, and he's going to do a lot of damage here. Multiple probes did go down on the other side to the Widow Mines, but only 2. Not too bad, right? That being said, the Widow Mine drop survived, and this is where some more damage could come in. It is 3-gate blink. Let's see how these probes do. Oh, he should have pulled the probes away. He only lost 2. Not too bad. And CLEM not retargeting. Stalker's going to blink down. Widowmine trying to get saved, and he takes a lot of damage on the medevac for that. They even thought about coming back to pick it up. Way too greedy. And he's just going to have to try and get out of there with that drop. The amount of dead space on this map pool is staggering, guys. Oh, no blink. No cloak, I mean. Oh, luckily for him. MAXPAX. Does he see it? No, Banshee escapes to the right side. Whoo. Yeah, serious Australian gamers bring a coiled multiple-mile Ethernet cable to LAN tournaments to add the normal lag so that it feels like they're playing at home. Dude, I so should have done that in my, like, back when I was competing more. Like, it was like, so should have done that. Oh, he's going to blink across? Okay, I thought MAXPAX was going to blink across, which is a crazy move, because even though you kill the tank, you're going to lose so many Stalkers for that, but just grabs a Marine or 2, blinks back, really clinical. He's been supply blocked, though. Pylon's only now finishing. No 3rd base down just yet, and this is against a Terran who's now got Stim started. He's got his 3rd barrack starting. I do think MAXPAX could just expand and play this out, but he seems very committed to the aggression right now. Good pullbacks, though. Yeah, he's not really throwing Stalkers away. He's only lost 1 this whole time. And it is, of course, time to start that 3rd Nexus. You guys know the build order. MAXPAX does it every single game. If you're wondering, what is the build? Well, he's on 3-gate, so next up he goes Sentry at home when he stops swapping in Stalkers. He goes for a Forge. He goes Charge, +1, plus a Sentry. He then goes for a 4th Gas and a Robo Bay while building an Immortal and then going into Colossus Tech. He adds 4 more gateways to get up to 8 gateways, usually before he goes for that Robo Bay, actually, in the 4th Gas. But that's kind of the path that he follows pretty much every game. Solid. He's shown how good it is in the past. He didn't focus the engineering bay. Oh no, MAXPAX. Kind of leaving money on the table. On the other hand, didn't lose any Stalkers. So we can criticize that for maybe not being as clutch at focusing down the eBay, but he still kills a Marine or 2, forces a lot of lost mining time, a lot of repair time, and doesn't lose any units. Charge starts up. Where's that Forge and 4 more gateways, guys? Forge goes down. He is probing that 3rd base. Stalker comes in, Observer goes down, he blinks forward, takes out the tank, there's another tank on the ramp. A lot of Stalkers going down here. Is it worth taking out a tank, a bunker? Oh my gosh, he just lost like 7 Stalkers, guys. 8 Stalkers just went down. Now, he can try to get more damage using that range. Where's the Prism? Prism's not there, mate! Prism's not there! Oh my gosh, that blink across move only makes sense if the Prism's there to get you out of danger. Luckily, Stim was not done, or he could have been in big trouble. All right, we're gonna bot in the chat. If there's any mods around, please clear that message for me. Don't be clicking the dodgy links in the chat, guys. Banshee coming in. Oh, Stalker's taking some damage. Gonna focus it down before it can warp in. Stalker's trying to damage the Banshee there as well. Stalker's here trying to pull back. Gotta be careful. Ooh, multiple Stalkers going down. This push is going to get on the front way too quickly, guys. 5 more gateways are building. They're not ready yet. I feel like those extra gateways were a bit slow. Charge isn't quite ready. He's going to buy time with force fields, but how much time is he really going to buy? Like, the force field doesn't even really buy you time. Battery overcharge is there. His Immortals should be trying to fight with that battery overcharge if possible, but Clem just has no fear. There's not enough damage in this army, and Clem is too far ahead now. The Blink Stalker's overcommitted. And I think for a 3-gate Blink build, MAXPAX did not need to put as much special sauce on his nuggets. You know? Sometimes sweet and sour is good enough. Sometimes you get that honey soy, it's good enough. Mustard, go for it. Honey mustard, yeah, but no. He needed to go for the Szechuan sauce and did end up getting punished. That Blink forward for the tank. Bunker, Raven seems like a good trade until you realize 8 Stalkers and all the rest of your Stalkers being deep in the red. Just way too much of a heavy cost. All right, guys. MAXPAX in the top right side of the map. And it's going to be Alcyone. That's right, guys. I finally adapted to what is apparently the correct pronunciation. Alcyone. Heard Zombie Grub say it enough times. I was like, that does sounds right. Sounds fine. And we are going to be seeing a double gas yet again. So Clem wants to get a bit more aggressive. Game 1, I think he felt like he gave MAXPAX maybe a bit too much room to breathe. He just wants to get in there and smash some stuff. We were just Googling the most spoken languages in the world. According to Google, it's Mandarin, then Spanish, then English. Top 3 right now. Interesting. Makes sense. I mean, most of, like, English is interesting because, like, India's massive, right? And most Indians speak English, right? So I don't know what the percentage of the population is. That's got to beef numbers up a lot. And does it count people who speak English as a second language, I wonder? Because, like, friggin', dude, Europe, or even Eastern Europe, Western Europe, everyone speaks English now. So I wonder if it's only primary language they count or secondary language as well. Do most Indians speak English? I mean, everyone in the upper class in India speaks perfect English. They learn English in school, everything, yeah. I'm just not sure what the overall population number is. Yeah. If you include second language, English goes up to number 1. Ah. Oh, second gate proxy, guys. Second gate proxy. Well, no one speaks StarCraft as well as we do, you and me, nerds who are watching this along with me, so let's keep speaking our own language. Third gateway will go down in the wall off there, and behind it we've got a Cyclone, we've got 2 Reapers. Clem has no idea what's happening, and this could be a problem. This is going to be a very fierce 3-gate pressure. If he keeps the Cyclone safe, pulls back to the high ground as necessary, it could be okay, but that's a delayed reactor because he's gone for the... He's gone for the 2 Reapers. If he loses these Reapers early, this could be really bad because it's going to allow MAXPAX to counter swing. Oh my lord, he doesn't even get a single probe. Loses the Reaper. Does he realize what's going on? I don't see any sign of that. He's coming down to build a bunker. It's not ready yet. Oh my, he's not building a bunker yet. Yeah, this is a problem. Cyclone comes forward. Okay, killing an Adept would be a very nice turn. The Adept shades away. He's going to lure that Cyclone out. Stalker's chasing the Reaper back. And Gateway's transforming, guys. You can see Gateway transforming, Gateway transforming. Twilight Council comes down behind it, but 3 Stalker warping is the standard thing on this build order in this matchup. These Stalkers microing very well. MAXPAX not stopping to warp in units, which I'm a little surprised by. He's kind of confident his Stalkers can defend. He might be wrong on that. Stalker needs to get to the high ground. Oh, no! Oh, my god, he's got to kill it. He's got to kill. Oh my god, this Cyclone could be a real problem for him. The Adept goes in, gets itself a kill. I think a Widow Mine before it goes down. The probes do manage to kill the Cyclone, just barely. They managed to kill that Cyclone. Stalker's running in, and these Widow Mines not going to cover against this. It's a big problem for Clem. SCVs thankfully counter Stalkers. Not really, but you know, they do okay against them. They don't take bonus damage. Marines are going down. Stalker's surrounded. Okay, one Stalker getting surrounded is not too bad. He's going to go for the Widow Mine. Widow Mine drop. Oh, drop it like it's hot. The moment he tries to burrow it, though, that's when it gets focused down. You can't pick it up once it's in that burrow animation. SCV surrounding the Adept. The Medevac's gone. This is too much damage. Clem is getting mauled by the 3-gate pressure. He just has not been scouting for this consistently enough recently, and MAXPAX always mixes this in a best of 5. Just one game in a best of 5. He will mix this in, and he's had a lot of success with it very recently against Clem. Few Marines and SCVs desperately trying to hold the high ground. There's just no chance, though. Even with the tank coming out, the Stalkers and the Adepts can just dive on that. 2 shots to the tank. Takes out the Marines, and Clem is going to tap out MAXPAX, taking a rapid 2-1 lead. All right, MAXPAX up 2-1. He just needs one more to seal the deal. But when you're facing Clem, that is difficult. Oh, he's going old school, baby. If this was the new patch, this would work so well. Guys, he's going MAXPAX. He's MAXPAX, and he's MAXPAXing. This has not worked in a long time. And the reason is, the top Terrans like Clem and Beyond just defend this without even seeing it coming, just by microing. They just pull some workers and they just kill the Zealot, kill the Stalker, and then they're just ahead. Let's see if MAXPAX can make this work in 2024. I honestly don't know what's changed. Basically with this, you build 2 Zealots out of the gateway, then you chrono Stalkers out of it. You don't even build a gateway at home, and you actually get a surprisingly quick expansion behind it because you're only on 1 gate. This, if it gets a bunch of SCVs, if Clem panics even a little bit, makes just 1 or 2 small micro mistakes, it could snowball. The reason it hasn't been working is Clem has not been making any mistakes recently, and that is, of course, why it's not been successful recently. We have to go back to the 2K Atmospheres map pool 2020 to really see the last time this build was super popular and being used and finding success all the time. Let's see how it goes. Okay, Probe goes for a little harass. Doesn't quite get the block off. Zealot, Chrono Boost, Cybercore. Notice 16 probes on minerals, 2 on gas. And the whole thing with this build that was revolutionary originally, guys, build a pylon at home and then proxy a gate with your next one. Oh, the Marine sees it! He goes Marine into Reaper. Reaper's not the best unit here. You need a bunker right now, and you need to pull like 5 SCVs. Clem right now is trying to defend with a Marine in a single... Dude, you gotta pull like 5 SCVs. Oh my god, Clem is crazy. Clem is crazy. He's trying to defend without an SCV pull. Finally, those SCVs pull to the front. Oh, good focus fire for MAXPAX. Gets the weak one. Probe also attacking the building SCV on the right side. Second SCV goes down. Third SCV goes down. Not too bad of a start here. Stalker coming out now behind this. It was a little slow to start that. But the Zealot coming forward does get damage on the SCV, gets another SCV. This Probe still adding damage on that right side as well. He's going after the Marine in the main base, but that Marine is happy to run. He says, look, as long as we're not getting hits on, then I am happy to deal with this. Zealot goes after the SCV. He gets it. He does get it. That Zealot with another 2 kills. Well, I mean, 5 SCVs. This is pretty good damage. Doesn't quite intercept that SCV. The Stalker is now here. Can he get himself one more? He could have gone for the weak one. And he doesn't quite get it. Reaper's going to trap him, maybe. Ooh, Clem is such a crazy guy. I love this. This is classic Clem. Clem runs toward the unit that beats the crap out of his units and says, I'm going to maul you. Like, he really is the guy who runs at the guy who has a knife with a paper plane and then, like, throws it at their face. And you're like, I don't understand why you're running towards the guy with a knife. Like, but it's just that confidence with which he runs forward. It's the I'll never SCV scout. I'll run towards you even when you have a scary army. It's shockingly frustrating to play against a guy like Clem. Shockingly frustrating. Marines and Hellions trying to deal with the Adept over there. Reaper's going to come in and do a bit of counter damage. Stalker's a bit slow to get back here. One probe does go down. Adept manages to get an SCV before it goes down on the other side. Stalker chasing the Reaper. And Twilight Council does go down behind this. It's a delayed Twilight Council. There is a battery here. It does not need to pull probes. The Stalker, where'd the Stalker go? There it is. Oh, he's going to escape, isn't he? What are you doing, Clem? Look at this micro. Oh, could you be more of a tryhard, dude? The way he was clicking that. Oh, he's blocked that single probe, just laughing at him. MAXPAX laughing in probe block there. And at the end of the day, he did trade positively. But is that good enough? Well, Clem sneaking a Hellion across the map. This is a problem. Oh man, this is a real problem. Oh my god, the Stalker, what are we doing? MAXPAX, wake up! Distracted on the other side because there's a Cyclone coming in. He does have 3 gateways here. It's a 3-gate, 2 games in a row. If he can kill that, that's going to be huge. He gets it. The Stalker has not killed the Hellion yet. That Hellion just killed 3 probes. That is a huge problem. The Stalker finally cleans it up. Adepts shading into the back. They get an SCV as well. This game's a hot mess. I feel like that Hellion is the only thing that puts Clem in an okay position right now. If it wasn't for that Hellion, he's dead. Like, can you imagine if this was 35 probes against 27 with 4 Adepts stopping you from mining off your natural? Oh, Clem, get out of here! Dropping Marines and picking them up before the projectiles can hit. Dude. Oh, he gets all the Adepts for 1 Marine. I think he got an SCV as well, though. Stalker's going to dive. And look at that. He's like, no, no, no. Oh, okay, gets another Marine, gets another Marine. I mean, Clem. Oh, he's losing so many SCVs, but Stalkers are valuable. Stalkers are valuable, and I think this is past the point of diminishing returns. I think for MAXPAX, take a 3rd base, macro out of this, and chill out. Counterattack coming out. Oh my god, Clem's going to move out on the map. Crazy guy. Absolute crazy guy. Stalkers need to focus the medevac, though. You can't be focusing the Cyclone. Ah, this is a bad fight for MAXPAX. Adept comes in. He's going to try and hit that SCV that's building the barracks, but look at that. Nice attempt to surround there. The drilly boys say, taste my drill. And she does indeed take 8 drills simultaneously. Not something an Adept wants to deal with. 4 Stalkers warping in. This is where you can focus that medevac down, and you absolutely have to. He's trying to focus the Marines, but he's just not quite got the numbers. He's got to focus the medevac. He's focusing the Marines quite well, to be fair. Oh, he starts dodging, does Clem, though. Oh, he does it again! Stop it, Clem! That's an illegal move. Illegal move. I'm giving him a yellow card. Unreasonable micro. Oh, no. Oh my god, you know, it's so funny because, like, if we ever get to the point where Clem is just too dominant for too long, especially in this matchup, there is a very cool patch change suggested by someone on Reddit. And it's moments like that that make you agree with it. Where they said, you know what the problem is with PvT early game being too fragile for Protoss? It's that every single Protoss attack is a projectile that can be easily dodged. Like, Stalkers and Adepts both can be easily dodged. Slow Zealots are obviously garbage. So the problem is that a guy like Clem or Beyond can basically dodge 80% of your army's damage in any small skirmish. So we need to make, like, the Stalker just a hit scan unit. Something where it shoots and the unit immediately takes damage or something like that. And I was like, that's crazy, right? That is absolutely crazy. But it's just, you know, it's one of those things where normally I'm like, why would you take away the cool skill expression of medevac pickups? And then I see Clem do that, and I'm like, take away his ability to do that. It's not fair. You know, like the knee jerk swinging back and forth where I'm like, is it good? Is it bad? It seems too powerful when he does it. Does Clem now find himself ahead off the back of that? I don't know, guys. I have no idea. 53 probes versus 47 is usually good for the Terran, only being down 5 workers. Doesn't have a 3rd command center, but he's got medevac, stim, shields, Marauders and Marines building. 3rd base is still not finished for MAXPAX. I think Max just took a bit too long to take the 3rd. Now, I've been saying for a long time that MAXPAX is like the best mechanical Protoss player in the world by far. He's so much cleaner than Hero. But I've also said that MAXPAX is one of the least creative players in the world. Like, he'll mix in a cool... Like, this was cool that it was a MAXPAX into 3-gate, but, like, his mid-game follow-ups are so predictable. Can you believe it? Like, charge into... I mean, to be fair, he's going Colossus a bit earlier than normal this time. I just feel like no one can do everything in StarCraft, right? But, like, there's part of me that wonders, like, what if... Did that drop sneak out without him seeing it? I'm not sure if he saw that drop, guys. I'm going to try and trap the Stalkers. I was going to say maybe he should just mix it up purely to make it harder for his opponents to play against him. And that's something which might actually be so valuable for MAXPAX. Because I feel like Clem especially never has to worry about what MAXPAX is doing because he kind of always knows what's coming next. It's going to be Stalker aggression. Then you're going to go a single sentry, maybe 2. You're going to usually get an Immortal, and this time he skipped it. You're going to go 8-gate charge plus Colossus. You're going to take a 4th base or 4 gas after that. Like, there's just... And maybe that's just something to be said about the Protoss doesn't have enough cool build variations in the current PvT meta. I don't know. But definitely feels like MAXPAX is a little predictable. The fact that he goes toe-to-toe with Clem and beats him a bit more than 1 in 3 times. I think he's about 36% head-to-head versus Clem. Kind of impressive. Good force fields, but without charge ready just yet, it's hard to deal with this. Clem's got the numbers, remember. MAXPAX down 25 army supply. He's got a few gateways finishing up in that main base. That's going to bring him up to 8 gateways, which will help him with that Zealot production. but it's so hard to defend this attack, especially if Clem gets around the north and gets in towards the natural. But one tank goes down. The extra tank could go down very quickly as well. It does. Nice micro for MAXPAX. Battery overcharge coming in as well. Remember, this is pre-patch, guys. This is still on the current live version of the game. The patch has not gone live. I think it'll probably be live sometime soon. Season is scheduled to end any day now. We'll see if we get that patch right afterwards or if it'll be a bit more of a delay. Drop came in, does get shot down. Quad drop in the main base. He's not in position. MAXPAX gonna have to recall. Clem does see the recall only as it completes. Takes out another pylon. Attacks in the third base as well. Widowmines get a good shot off that. Marine Marauder should get cleaned up. He does a Hon Mono there. A Hon Mono is when you dive units in with no medevac support, guys. It's a questionable maneuver at the best of times. Can pay off big, but of course high risk, high reward. And he gets a few pylons, limits MAXPAX's vision, but MAXPAX is holding firm. I feel like he's stabilized. He's got Templar Archives coming in. Ghost Academy's just started, so he can make a few Archons, make some more Zealots, maybe push out and stomp one half of these armies. Both of these teams, these players feel like they're an Archon team on their own. You're totally right. If you guys haven't watched, by the way, Clem against an Archon involving MAXPAX, Harstem, and Mana, it was those three controlling one Protoss against Clem. That's still one of my favorite show matches we've ever done. It's such a shame it didn't pop off on the algorithm. Not that many people ever saw it, but oh my god, like the display of skill from Clem to actually go toe-to-toe with three players microing storm drops at him at the same time and just constantly sending in little squads of units was crazy. Obviously, you can't perfectly coordinate. It's not like the players were super practiced at it, but it was still such an impressive thing for Clem to make it as competitive and close as he did. Widowmine. MAXPAX. Doubt he'll be watching there. Doesn't get the blink in time. Fourth base will probably be coming up soon for Terran, since we do have a second engineering bay and armory, right? So normally, if you go second eBay armory, you're kind of setting up for the long game. And there we go. That's that fourth command center we were talking about. This is kind of the late game transition. The beginnings of saying, I'm happy to play a longer game. I'm not just going to go all in on 3 bases. Medevac goes down. Stalker's there with a good catch. Double drop in the main. MAXPAX did not appear to notice that. MAXPAX, wake up, buddy. Clem just idling in vision. Very lazy play for Clem. But MAXPAX is just not paying attention, and that's going to catch him big time. MAXPAX is trying to do an attack on the front, but the ghosts have just come out. I don't think this is the right timing for MAXPAX, but he's only on 3 base. He feels like he has to make it or break it right here. Vikings taking a few big Archon splashies. The Colossus doing well. Wait. Hold on a second. I mean, this is doing big damage on the other side, so he kind of has to do damage. Zealots in the main base coming in. And oh me, oh my, dude, this is a lot of damage. MAXPAX got to be careful, though. His Colossus goes down. Nice snipe there. 2 Colossus are still standing. Archon splitting off to the left side. Bunker goes down behind the mineral line. Vikings coming forward. Trapped inside that mineral line. One of the Colossus goes down. I think he moved into the mineral line a little bit too deep. Remember, no Zealots warping in with this army. The Vikings will take out the last Colossus. The Archons and the Stalkers cleansing the ground. The Zealots kill 40 SCVs. MAXPAX looks like he might be able to get a 3-1 victory. But remember, he's lost his main. His natural Colossus has been depowered. His gateways have been depowered. He cannot spend his money. MAXPAX cannot spend his money. A few Marauders and Ghosts managed to deflect the Stalkers there. The Zealots may have killed all the SCVs, but he's only got 2 gateways. He needs to keep warping, and he's warping in 2 Zealots right now. He's got a few Zealots hiding back here. It's not enough to defend, though. He's going to recall a few Stalkers. Is that enough to defend, though? No, he needed more Stalkers. He needs these Zealots back. Zealots still doing damage on the other side. Stalkers and Probes trying to fight. He's forgotten about these 4 Zealots in the bottom left. He needs those Zealots so desperately. If he can't deflect this army, MAXPAX, his production getting taken out. A disaster. He might have been able to get the series there, but not spotting that drop. If he just warped in Stalkers at home, he could have deflected that, or even Zealots. Oh man, a missed opportunity for MAXPAX to get the 3-1. Clem ties up the series and forces a game 5. All right, guys. MAXPAX in the top left side. It's game 5 on Ghost River. A map which, I don't know, part of me wonders why Clem didn't pick it earlier because of the short rush distance. But I guess it feels like probably, usually you get to the 5th game in a best of 5, it's usually the most balanced map. Or sometimes if the players just have certain predilections, it can just be a map that they're not as comfortable on, or they don't feel they have as big of an advantage on, which is why neither players picked it, right? Because you both veto your maps and then you go, okay, I pick this one. This is my favorite map. Oh, I'm going to pick this. This is my favorite map. And game 5 is the one that you're both just distinctly okay with. That's so funny. Sorry, my audio mod just held back a message from someone because they were spamming the word of Villa in chat. And I mentioned it. So someone said auto mod sucks D, right? Obviously D being short for something. And it's funny because Automod immediately held that message. So guys, I think we've learned, don't smack talk the Automod. It will immediately be like, hold that message. Hold that message for moderator approval. I like that. I like the idea of the AI auto mod on Twitch not liking when you criticize it. Sorry guys, I just got a crazy sneezing fit, so I had to just... You might have heard me go, the auto mod when you criticize it. And then I just had a crazy sneezing fit. We're back, we're back. Nice recall on the probe, saves it from the Reaper. And it is going to be double gas. Reactor comes down in the factory, pulling off gas. Going to go for that quick command center. On the other side, the Adept is being chrono boosted as the first unit. Likely to go Stalker after that. Wait, why is he rallying it there? Oh, I guess he's expecting the Reaper to maybe jump up there. But he changes the rally point now, seeing that Reaper on the natural. And the Twilight Council will complete the wall off there. CLEM's Reaper, famously more annoying than normal people's Reapers. And the Twilight Council does wall it off. Now you might be wondering, wouldn't you want to hide that and surprise your opponent? The last time MAXPAX focused on surprising his opponent with a strategy was 2012 when he was 6 years old, guys. Since then, he's realized he can beat people even if they know he's going blink every game, because, let's be honest, it's a very standard, solid start. There's no need to hide that. For him, he just figures worth it to block the Reaper from getting in the base, makes things nice and easy. Second gateway coming forward as well. Battery on the natural. Very safe play there. Cyclone coming out. So it's an early Cyclone into Starport, Tech Lab on the factory, Marine production out of that reactor barracks, and SAVs being rallied to the natural now that the main is fully saturated. Actually, he's only got 2 on this right gas. Clem ends up being a little short on gas. We will be bringing that up. Cyclone coming forwards. With the shield battery. Oh, he can't. I was going to say with the shield battery there's no way it kills anything, but 2 Stalkers will scare it away anyway. He dodges the grenade, not too bad. Raven starting up for Clem. Second barracks on the way as well. It looks like we're seeing a 2-gate, 3-gate, 4-gate. He does not want to give any room for Clem. 4-gate Blink Robo. Clem is already setting up a wall, guys. You might be wondering, what's he doing? He's going to build an engineering bay here. He's going to build another barracks or something down here. And he's going to put tanks behind this wall. So when you blink in, see, he's already moving those buttons. He is going to immediately be shelling you with siege tanks. 4-gate Blink against a Clem that is looking paranoid against that strategy. I don't know if this is the best play necessarily for MAXPAX. I feel like Clem has been traumatized by 4-gate Blink recently. He has learnt his lesson as a responsible Terran, and he is not going to be making that mistake again. Raven coming in for its first flyby. And he pulls back. And then he goes in, and then he pulls back. Interesting. Okay, he just wanted to check if the Stalkers were at home or not. Adept initiate into that main base. Siege tank just chilling. Siege tank just chilling right now. Definitely want to repair that siege tank. Don't want to be taking all that unnecessary damage. Interesting that the starport's not really doing anything this whole time. He's just leaving it as part of the wall. Might want to lift that and build a reactor with it at some point. Look at this tank positioning. Yeah, if you blink into this base, good luck, man. I mean, you could blink over here, wait for Blink to be ready, run forward and blink across the wall. But you need information to do that. MAXPAX does not have information right now. Sees a few Marines, grabs one of them. 2 Marines going down, gets a Cyclone. Super worth. Lots of Marines going down. Really nice start. That's great. Yeah, he takes a bit of damage on his Stalkers, but already 5 Marines and a Cyclone. Bit of mining time. Sees the double bunker, which means at this point, you should not miss a beat. You know that there's 2 bunkers there. There was no siege tank, which means the main is super well defended from siege tanks. He one-shots the Raven! Worth it for a Stalker. Massive move. You know he's going to scan now to kill that. But that's huge. That's so big. And Clem, he's trying to move his Marines towards the Observer to make it look a bit scary, but that Observer sees everything. You do not want to blink into this base. Stop warping in Stalkers. Make probes non-stop. MAXPAX! MAXPAX! 100% committing. He sees the tank explodes. He goes for the YOLO parting style. Absolute YOLO, you only live once, but people, if you're playing StarCraft and you hear that voice in your head, that monkey on your shoulder saying, you only live once, bro, you only live once, remember the second part. You only die once as well. You only die once. That was a crazy risky move, and it did not pay off there for MAXPAX. I mean, Leroy Jenkins would be proud, but that was way too many Stalkers for a handful of Marines in a siege tank. And now, Clem should feel pretty confident in this next step. Dark Shrine goes down, Forge and Charge. He's going to try and keep getting something going in the middle stages. That Dark Shrine, though, is going to massively delay Colossus. I'm not sure if this is a gamble from MAXPAX saying, I just lost too much stuff, I'm too far behind, I need to do a gamble, but he's definitely not in an ideal spot. He doesn't have enough gas to even make the sentry that he would normally make right now. And like I said, he could blink over here. As long as he blinks over to the right side, he could get that command center. Super worth if he gets the command center kill, but the Bio's stimming now. Nice command center cancel. There's a Viking there. I think he just lost 2 Stalkers. Is it worth that, guys? You tell me. Well, he gets the Viking as well, so I'd say yeah. Canceling the command center, not bad. Going up to 8 gateways, and Immortals on the way, +1 charge. And he has found the gas to warp in a sentry. 4th gas coming in. Robo Bay will be next, but first things first, and that's Dark Shrine, mate. He's got to get that Dark Shrine going. 3rd command center being rebuilt for Clem here. MAXPAX always finds his way into an okay position, I swear. No matter how bad that early Stalker trade looked, you got to realize he got really good damage on the first wave. He got the command center cancel. Clem's kind of stuck in a very 2-base centric position right now. And the 3rd is fully mining. The 4th gas is there. I mean, MAXPAX just has this way of getting his way out of trouble, doesn't he? And I think this just comes with the fluidity of playing the same build 400,000 times and just knowing it so well, the ins and outs, executing perfectly. This build is like MAXPAX coming home after being away for years, you know? It's the smells, the sense of your childhood, the memories of friggin', I don't know, some nostalgic place they haven't been to in a decade. He's just comfortable in this position, but that's 3 tanks. It's a lot of Marauders. It's a lot of Marines. 4th and 5th barracks coming up. 3rd command center is almost there. The observers see it. He knows what's going on. What's he going to do about it? First Colossus just now starting. He needs that Colossus out yesterday. Gas shortage is no longer a problem. Extended Thermal Lance needs to start up. He's forgotten it, guys. +2 attack. Extended Thermal Lance will be necessary. Armor's actually a good upgrade here. I would prefer armor because it kicks in faster. Helps out those Zealots, which are going to be a big part. But at least he's remembered Extended Thermal Lance. Stalkers on the front. Picking off a unit or 2. Not bad, not bad. And here comes the Bio. Clem is getting ready to push. 8 Marines in the bottom left side of the map, ready to stim on that 4th base. He's going to find himself a probe spotter, but Zealots are nearby. Question, is that too many Zealots just for a single 8 Marine drop? It might be. Clem might just shove. Oh, damn, dude. Those Zealots need to get back on front. Out of position right now. MAXPAX was not expecting such a sudden push. He's got Zealots just all over the map. He's kind of spread out. Colossus comes from the north. Zealots come in, but the Marauders find the Colossus. The Zealots are not flanking the tanks. The Marine drop redrops in the bottom side. MAXPAX caught out of position here. He does go in with his Zealot counterattack, but it's a little bit too small, too late. The Marines pick up and go into the main base on the front. He's being crushed. He's being pummeled. He should not have moved all of his Zealots and sentries to the bottom for a single 8 Marine drop. A moment of inattention, a poor response, and he finds himself on the back foot. Finally, the Zealots find the flank on the siege tank that was there for the taking the entire time. But it's that short, brutal push distance on Ghost River. It catches you off guard, especially if you're playing it only in Game 5 of Best of 5s. You probably don't play this map that often, and sometimes it just shocks you. This is the Ghost River effect, the, oh, I think I've got time. Oh my god, he's at my 3rd base? It happens to everyone, even for a pro player like MAXPAX. I guarantee you he was shocked by how hard and fast that army got up this ramp. And that first Colossus getting gunned down by the Marauders was tragic. Colossus Stalker up against the wall. No battery overcharge to save the day here because there's no battery to activate that ability on. And Clem finds himself a win. I thought MAXPAX was actually in a pretty decent position. And I think you guys probably agree. But we could see everything fall apart so rapidly in the space of about a minute and a half. So let's watch what happens, guys. Just very quickly here. So the drop comes in, and he sends a few Zealots around. Just good. Small Zealot run by Stalkers on the front. He's gathering up Zealots, Sentries, Immortals, all this sort of stuff. And it feels like a very good setup for Max. And then he sends so many Zealots to the bottom left. I don't know why he sent them down here. I think he was just like, oh, there might be a drop catching me off guard, so I better send some units. There's just way too many units to be sending down here, right? He needs these Zealots on the front. He needs a force field to buy himself time. And these Zealots need to get in there a bit faster as well. But instead, he's not quite ready for it, and he's like half a step behind. So he loses 2 Stalkers for free. And then he just leaves way too many Zealots here. And the Marines just redrop over there. The Zealots aren't dealing with it. He's already lost another Stalker. Colossus and a few Zealots come out on their own. Marauders go around the Zealots. Wreck the Colossus. These tanks never got not surrounded. And whilst these zealots over here kill a few SCVs, it's meaningless in the big picture because everything else has fallen apart. And this drop here even forcing another big Stalker warp in. I mean, just such a brutal and sudden finish for Clem. Hats off to him. He was down 1-2 and he brings it back. GG, well played. Clem wins the Wardy Mondays number 9.